Hey YouTube, welcome back to another English beer review here at Thomas Opent. As you guys can see, I've got something pretty special standing right in front of me. It's a Black is Beautiful. In case you don't know, Black is Beautiful is a concept that was started by Weathered Souls Brewing in the United States. For some more information on this entire, fantastic project, I would really like you to click on the website that I'm going to put a link to in the description box below, or check out my previous review of a Black is Beautiful beer by Spyglass Brewing. I did a few weeks ago. Go check that out. I go into a lot more detail on this entire project, which I think is incredibly important to raise awareness of the problems that people of color face around the world when it comes to hate crimes and police brutality, and the awareness and the money that this project is trying to raise to help the victims of these hate crimes and this police brutality, to help these people out. I think it's a very, very worthy cause. I think it is something that we really do need to focus on a lot more. So please do read up on that website. Try and get as many Black is Beautiful beers as you can. From what I've heard, most of them are actually pretty damn tasty. So you're not doing yourself a disfavor anyway. But you're also helping out something that is, in my opinion, one of the biggest issues that we as a society are facing these days. So please do check out that website. Go check out that previous review. If I don't forget, I'll post a link to that review as well in the description box. A lot of shit's going to go in the description box this time, including links to the Nerd Sense guys, because a while ago I got a lot of beer from the United States, thanks to Mike and Sean from Nerd Sense, and Matt from Massive Beer Reviews sent me a shit ton of beers, including 2 Black is Beautifuls. This is the second one, and this is the one that I'm very curious about for 2 reasons. First of all, because of the brewery, and also because of the beer that it actually is. Now, the concept of Black is Beautiful is that Weathered Souls put the recipe for the beer out there and asked people to brew it and sell it. They also said, if you want to fool around a little bit with the adjuncts, go ahead. Weathered Souls did several versions themselves. If you have beer that's already out there and you want to label that Black is Beautiful, go for it. If you have barrel-aged stuff, go for it. Just, use the label art, use the name, and, support the cause. So this one in particular, I love the can art, by the way. This Black is Beautiful was brewed by Trillium Brewing Company in collaboration with White Lion Brewing Company. A collaboration brewed to support justice and equality for people of color. We're talking about a blended imperial stout with Papua New Guinea vanilla beans. It's 10.7% ABV, alcohol by volume ABV, and 1 pint, 473 milliliters. Now, what is so interesting about this beer? Trillium, the beer is brewed at Trillium, by the way. Trillium decided to do 80% of the recipe that Weathered Souls supplied, and blended it with 20% in terms of volume, with bourbon and rum barrel-aged imperial stout. So a small portion of this has been barrel-aged, and then they put it on Papua New Guinea vanilla beans for a while. Now this was canned on 08/06, so that would mean August 6, 2020. We're talking about August 6th, September 6th. So this is, give or take, 3 months old by now. It's November 15th when I'm reviewing this. So this is, give or take, like 3 months, which is damn impressive. 10.7% alcohol by volume will do me nicely right now. I am very curious about this beer. One thing, by the way, when it comes to beers that have to do with helping out causes, I never rate them. It's about the cause, not the beer. I will, of course, give my honest opinion, and if I dislike things, I will say it as well. I'm not going to give it a rating, neither here nor on Untappd. So just so you know, that's not going to happen. Let's crack her open, shall we? Trillium. This is, by the way, I'm from the Netherlands, and this is the 3rd Trillium on my channel, which is kind of weird for a Dutch beer channel. Kind of humbled by that, really. 2 of them were mystery beers. Go figure. She pours a deep, deep, deep dark brown, like a cola edge to it, with a lovely looking, probably going to dissipate pretty quickly, sort of khaki mocha colored head on there. You guys, I mean, the lighting isn't fantastic right now, I know, but what you guys can probably see, first of all, is some amazing hashtag dirty glassware. Kyle from No Hype Beer Reviews would be proud of me and happy to know that he's not the only one suffering from this shit. Let's get some of that out. But yeah, she looks the part of an Imperial Stout. Some lovely brown edges in the bottom, but mostly she's just black as black can be. With the name like Black is Beautiful, that's kind of what you need, right? Let's see what she does on the nose. Oh, wow. So there's a little bit of heat there. There's a little bit of a sharp edge. I wouldn't be surprised if this beer would actually be a lot nicer 6 or 9 months from now. So it's a soft, sharp edge, but nothing too bad. And I actually kind of appreciate that in a big bull beer like this. There is a huge roast component here. This is roasty toasty as roasty toasty can be. There's no coconut in here, but I'm getting some of that roasted coconut vibe. Some deep, dark chocolate notes. A bit of a coffee vibe to it. All the usual suspects, what you would expect. Wow, there we go. The usual suspects that you would expect in a beer like this. And you're definitely getting some soft, charred barrel notes. You know, I've said this before in some of my reviews with barrel-aged beers, if you got a good barrel-aged beer, when you get these barrels, before anything goes in there, they're charring them. They get a big char. They put a big ass flame in there, and you get this lovely burned inside. The aroma from a freshly burned barrel is stunning, especially, by the way, if it is a barrel that already previously had some bourbon in it, and then you roast it, you do that charring, that is phenomenal. So that sort of oaky char with that vanilla, you get soft bourbon notes. Rum is always one of the things that I find very hard to pick up in beers. My experience with rum is basically, I'm gonna not lie about that, is the cheap ass shit, like the 15 euro bottles, 1 liter bottles, great for mixing, or if you really need to go certain places really fast. But it has that soft little bourbon note, but nothing too big. Mostly you just get this big roasted component. Lovely notes of vanilla in there, nothing too overtly done. It's like, it's not subtle, it's not in your face either. It's just on that right note. There's a sort of a vanilla marshmallow thing going on almost. There's no lactose in this beer, but it has a certain sweetness to it that you could almost ascribe to lactose without it being lactose. It's one of those things that I appreciated when lactose was still being used in like small quantities. You get this soft extra sweetness. Yeah, quite a big dark brown sugary thing. There's a good sweetness to it, nothing too bad, and it really gets balanced out with this big roasted bitterness component. Yeah, again, rum, I'm not really getting it, but keep in mind, 80% of the beer is the base beer, the base stout recipe. You can find that recipe, by the way, if you're a home brewer and you're interested in this stuff, you can find the recipe for free on the website, blackisbeautiful.beer. So 20% of this is bourbon barrel-aged and rum barrel-aged beer. So I wouldn't expect to get any big rum component to begin with. Except maybe that's sort of, from what I gather, rum is made from sugarcane, right? So maybe that's where sort of that sugary brown sugar component is coming from. Could be. She smells magnificent, and I really have to say that the Nerd Sense guys, this one was specifically from the Nerd Sense guys, by the way, they really sent up some amazing stouts together with Matt. Matt actually sent me a hot butcher stout. That was impressive. This is definitely on next level. This is definitely on some next level. I'm going to have to go dive in, guys. Mike, Sean, thank you guys so much for sending me this beer. And for giving me the chance as a Dutch guy. We only just got a Weathered Souls Black is Beautiful available in the Netherlands a few weeks ago. So this is, making beers like these available for me so I can, at least participate in spreading the word about Black is Beautiful. I really appreciate that as well. So thank you for that. Well, cheers, guys. Oh, yeah. So actually, oh, yeah. Mm, dear Lord. There is this huge, big, roasted, toasted malt backbone to this beer that is completely, perfectly well balanced with that sweet component. I'm not sure if that's purely from the vanilla, if that is from, I don't know if they used any kind of residual sugars during brewing, if it's the sugars from roasted malts, the barley malt when it releases the sugars to get to the alcohol stage, whatever. There is a lovely roasted bitterness there, balanced out by a big, big sweetness, and they are both perfectly in line. There's nothing here that is either too much or too little. It's perfectly balanced when it comes to that. That vanilla creates almost it gives it a pastry stout feel without being too overtly sweet again. I'm getting faint hints again it's not nearly as big as it was in the nose, but I'm getting those faint hints of that charred bourbon barrel, which is not as big as you would in a 100% barrel aged beer, but it is still there, and it just gives it this lovely added dimension. It's not overtly in your face. You just go like, ooh, I like that. You get that little zing. I'm trying to find if in a lot of these big imperial stouts, I often find this sort of jammy red fruit component. I'm not getting it that much. I suppose there's a sort of cherry vibe going on. There's like a soft, sweet, cherry vibe. Mostly what's in the nose and in the flavor as well. Is that sort of roasted coconut thing. That is the most predominant thing that I'm getting out of this. Besides, the big chocolate, sort of soft coffee notes, the big roasted component of the malts, and that char, that soft, gentle char. Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. It's a fantastic beer. I could drink gallons of this and would feel horrible afterwards because, 10.7% ABV. It hides the alcohol very well, by the way. There's only the softest, slightly warm sensation coming here right now, but that's it. That soft sharpness that I had when I just opened it, where I said there's a soft, sharp edge, that's completely gone. Maybe that was just because it's only 3 months and, it just evaporates very quickly. Yeah, there's no sharpness there. This right now just has this sort of... I talked about that roasted coconut thing. See, the thing is that has a sort of a nutty quality, and the more I'm smelling this right now, I'm getting this sort of hazelnut praline thing going on, like a hazelnut bonbon, like that chocolate, hazelnut, sweetness, creamy. When you get one with pure chocolate, you get that, again, that sort of pure chocolate bitterness in there. It's delicious. Here's the thing, though. I'm planning on sending some stuff back to America. I'm trying to find the beer in my head right now that could compete with something like this, that could make these guys go like, wow, that's amazing. Because we do some good stuff here in the Netherlands, trust me, especially when it comes to some big, bold stouts. There's a few that I'd like to send over. I'm going to have to do my best to find them. But at this level, this is some next level shit right there. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, this is definitely one of the best imperial stouts that I've had lately. It is perfectly balanced. It's not too thick. It has a lovely mouthfeel without being, it's sweet without being too cloy. It's got this roasted component, this bitterness to it without it being too overpowering. You get that lovely vanilla. You get that sort of roasted coconut, roasted hazelnut thing going on. This is a pastry stout for me without being overtly pastry. So yeah, I'm gonna really enjoy this for the rest of the afternoon. It's just past 3 a.m. here, so 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 1510, I believe, would be the proper term. I'm going to enjoy this for the rest of the afternoon, and I'm going to really lay back and do nothing for a while and just sort of enjoy what is definitely one of the best beers I've had lately. Mike and Sean and Mike, thank you guys again so much for sending me this. The experience is fantastic, to say the least. The kind of beers that you guys made me, well, you didn't make me do anything, but that you guys let me enjoy were stunning, to say the least. And I hope that what I can send back to you guys will give you a similar experience. But I'm working on it. I've got some stuff already on standby. Got some other stuff that I need to find, and then I'll ship the whole shebang off. Everybody, again, like I said, please do check the description box below for links to the Nerd Sand guys. Go subscribe there. Please do. Amazing guys. Great reviews and funny as hell. Both got great sense of humor, and it shows in their reviews. Black is Beautiful. Please go check it out. Check out that website and support them as much as you can by buying beers. And if you're a home brewer, or if you're a brewery and you're seeing this, please make some of these beers. Brew some of these beers and put them out there. Put them out there to not only spread the word, but spread the beer and help these causes. Find some causes that are local to you and brew the beer and support that cause. Bring all the proceeds to that cause and, you know, support. It's about support, right? Life and humanity is all about support for each other, right? And that's it for that review. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, click like. If you really liked it, hit subscribe. Links in the description box to all of my social media and the Dutch Beer Collective, where you can find reviews of Remy, Gerben, and Douglas. I'll see all of you in a review soon. Cheers.